Hi, my name is Cameron Carlson with AnimeLocation.tv. Here I'm at Ohayocon 2023 with my good pal, Mr. Kent Williams. How you doing?
Howdy. Really good.
So this is the first time we've ever got the chance to meet. How'd you get started in the world of entertainment?
Oh, man. I grew up in rural North Texas and, like watching the Carol Burnett show. And that was that particular show that turned me on.
Yes.
Just the comedy, but also the dance work that was in it. I just loved that show. And we didn't have any opportunity. In Cooper, Texas, it was the rodeo or the rodeo.
Yeah.
So, I felt a little lost. But when I got into high school, I discovered theater a little accidentally. And then just went right to college and then just kept going.
Yeah. No, I mean, in all honesty, I'm a thespian as well. I did stage work for my high school, so I kind of that's why I kind of fell into the voice acting thing, because it's just another expression of theater.
Well, I didn't expect it. I thought I was going to go to medical school. That was my plan. It wasn't planned for me. That's where I thought I was going to go, and it was just my senior year of high school. I auditioned for SMU Theater in Dallas, and changed everything. I know. Oh, med school.
So a special skill that I don't think a lot of people know this about you is that you used to work on Japanese kabuki theater, a skill not a lot of people have outside of Japan.
No.
So how did you honestly, how did you get started in it?
One of my first jobs out of college was working with the fledgling Dallas Children's Theater, which is now like one of the nation's flagships. And it was there that we were doing a production of Sleeping Beauty, and they brought in he was not even Japanese, but he was an art specialist, Rick Nye, and he was going to do it in this kabuki style, this Japanese style that was very movement.
Right.
So much less voice, no lines, everything was very physical. It's something that my body could do. I could not do bar work. I would never be able to do ballet, but there's something about the physicality of kabuki theater that just really worked for me. I fell in love and ended up doing another kabuki show and then going into the classrooms and introducing it. And in Dallas, I'm just going to say it, a little bit, racially charged Dallas, Japanese kabuki theater was kind of culturally neutral. So it worked well no matter what school population I was with. And that's from preschool all the way to college, because even Rico Fajardo had some Kent Williams in kabuki theater. It's true.
Awesome. I mean, like I said, I know about the Dallas Children's Theater as well. I've heard about it, and because you always talk about where are the big theater cities? It's Dallas, Minneapolis, Chicago. Cleveland's always listed as the second one.
Interesting.
And then obviously LA, New York, and then Miami's also in that mix too.
Yeah, Dallas, we see all the kids from all over the state come, and now it's everybody from Southern California is coming into the state. So it's a completely different pool of actors right now.
So again, this is kind of another awesome thing about you is that you used to do puppeteering, and you won a Telly Award for your puppeteering. What was it like when you won that award?
It just blew our minds.
Yeah.
We weren't expecting that. We were doing a TV pilot for a show called Camp A-OK. And I was Yabbit, the rabbit, because he says, yeah, but. And it was hand and mouth. So we have the puppet, and then we have the hand operating, and then we have somebody else operating the tail and the other arm.
Oh.
So it's actually a two puppeteer, and very much like in the style of children's television workshop. We watch ourselves on monitors so we can hear, whatever the camera's capturing above. It was quite an experience. So to be able to be honored for that, amazing. And that was hand in mouth. Now I'm a marionettist.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I did the string puppetry for decades. Yeah.
Yeah, because one of my most favorite out clips of Sesame Street though is when Robin Williams was on and he's with Elmo and they got the stick and Robin just goes bonkers and then Elmo just sinks into the box and goes, "Oh, they had two lives." It's a fun clip you gotta find. So you have a long history of working on the Dragon Ball series, bringing many great characters to screen, and the crazy part is you've been doing this for almost close to 30 years. Ooh. What's it like since the 80s to be working on this and then coming into now, still working on Dragon Ball?
Well, part of it, if I may, it wasn't just about, the acting that, it pulls out of you, because it's a completely different acting style than and skill set than stage work or even film work. It's just it's absolutely different. There's so many stage actors in Dallas that want to be able to record, and they just can't do it. get me back on track again.
You've been working on Dragon Ball for over 30 years. What's it like bringing all those money characters together?
It was such a treat at the time because I first started with Dr. Giro,
Right.
died,
Right.
and thought, thanks for letting me come, and I had no idea, what was coming again. My agent at the time did not want me to do it because at the time it was not regarded as something as valuable. It was such a tiny little thing.
Right.
It didn't pay as well as the other gigs, but I mean, those of us that were doing it kept staying on it because it became regular for us. Now, 180.
Yeah, because everybody's like, you got to jump on Dragon Ball if you can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you look at the box office numbers for all the movies, and you're like, can I be in on this project?
I mean, so all of it. I will tell you that I can't remember who it was. It may not have been Chris Sabat, but I remember hearing like, yeah, anime is going to be kind of like the pet rock of the 70s. It's just going to come and go.
Yeah, sure, Sean.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that was Sean.
I don't know.
Believe it or not, Schimmel was a puppeteer with me. We used to do the marionette
really?
shows together. Yep.
He never told us that. We interviewed him years ago. He never mentioned that he was a puppeteer.
Forget that. I'll remind him.
So one of the cool things is that we've had more digital stuff be brought on, more digital anime, and you got to work on the Machinima series, Ruby, and working with the folks over there, and RVB as well, Red versus Blue. What's it like when you get to work on that? But again, it's a totally different voice acting because it's the Machinima, so you're not exactly 100% ADR versus the helmet.
It didn't seem that way to me.
Okay.
I mean, because when we're going into the booth, it's just we record the same way. The direction style was a little different. That was, for me, that was about the only difference. Really? I mean, really, truthfully. I don't know what the correct answer was supposed to be, but I mean, that's how I felt.
Okay.
Of course, when we're recording, like say Dragon Ball Z, we're able to see the visuals, but I mean, still the recording of the lines was the same. So actually, it felt like there was maybe a little more freedom because there weren't the mouth flaps.
Right.
That's when like voicing Mr. Compress, he's a lot easier to record because I'm not having to match flaps.
Awesome. Yeah, because I mean, with like the helmet stuff in RVB, with the Halo characters, you don't have to worry about it because it's all behind the helmet, so you're not even seeing anything.
Exactly.
And then, so you also continue to give your time to others by teaching a new generation of actors how to act. How's it like teaching that and giving your passion back? I mean, I hear about your workshops via Twitter, through other actors, and how they love working with you. So what's it like when you're like, how's it like when you get to teach the new craft?
I discovered that love pretty early on, just starting with Dallas Children's Theater, getting on stage. And honestly, at the time, I mean, Dallas Children's Theater, most actors did not want to go into Children's Theater. They think it's ridiculous, but it paid the best.
Yeah.
I mean, he was paying my bills. My ex was able to be a stay-at-home mom during that time, so it meant a lot. It meant a lot to me. And then the teaching just came about kind of naturally. I didn't seek it. I was kind of sent out on a mission, and at first I hated it so much, but I hated it because I felt like I was doing it wrong. So the more I stayed in it and just interacting with the kids and really not so much trying to teach them to be talented, because you can't really teach talent. Yeah. You can teach skills, you can develop skill work, but you can't really teach talent. But to be able to show these kids, it's almost like holding a mirror to themselves so they can see what they can do already and then take it from there. That's what I really love, is that, inspiring somebody to dig deeper within themselves to find all of those valuable skills that they really have and maybe don't get the chance to exercise.
Like I said, everybody that I've ever seen post about working with you online has always had positive things about going to your workshops.
Beautiful. Thank you. It's a great shot in the arm.
So, I mean, we are at a con where we talk about the wintertime blues, so it kind of makes sense.
The snowfall, by the way, is just magic for a Texan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll talk about that in a second. So, you also work on a multitude of organizations in the Dallas-Fort Worth area for the arts. Yeah. What's it like working with them? Like we said, the Dallas Children's Theater, you work with them, and you work with other organizations. So, what's it like when you give back to the local community?
I'm going to tell you, so much of it was in the past because COVID killed about 85% of the work that I did. Yeah. And it's been amazing that Crunchyroll came in and just filled it. I mean, just getting the home kits, to be able to record, that was a lifeline. That was a career lifeline. Yeah. Teaching, I've had opportunities to come back. My agent and Wendy Powell, good old Envy, yay, Wendy Powell. She is an amazing theater instructor in Dallas, and I go and I help direct with her. I come in and she does the basic direction, then I come clean up some of the acting, and those kids win every single time.
Yep. No,
So that's the rewarding part of it. That's what I love to see.
No, I mean, like I said, we're friends with Wendy. We talked to her a couple years ago. I love working with Wendy. She is so fantastic, and I'm glad that you guys are working together and just constantly improving the Dallas-Fort Worth area of the talent pool.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's trust me, I think you guys are doing a fantastic job. So, kind of wrapping things up real quick. We know about NDAs, and we know how frustrating that is for you guys. But is there any projects you can talk about that you want fans to check out?
Oh man, I want to say something so badly that I'm actually going to start on recording on tomorrow at the Okratron Studios in Dallas, Chris Abbott Studio.
Yep.
But I can't. I'm afraid to say it.
Well, let's keep it tight-lipped. We understand NDAs. We don't want to get in trouble.
I know, and the fact is like I don't actually see the NDA. It's the agent that sees all that. So I just assume I am having to button my lips.
Yep. And that's exactly what we want, is make sure that our lips are stayed buttoned because we don't want to get in trouble.
Nope. But I'm so just itching. I'm itching to tell because I'm so excited.
I can see the excitement in you.
Yeah, I'm proud of the casting. There's something else. I'm actually up for a job.
Okay.
A full time with Crunchyroll, and that's all I'm going to say. I'm just so excited. I'm in the interview processes right now, and fingers crossed.
Yep. Well, we'll see. Hopefully, we'll hear Kent Williams announced shortly for a new role. And real quick, where can we follow you online? And then, what message would you love to give to all your fans that have been with you, like me, for 30 years?
I mean, just like I bow to you. Thank you so much, because I mean, it's someone said it yesterday. It's fandom that pays our bills, and that is 100% true. So that means everything. Yeah. And just it's more. Well, and it's aside from the like the table side rapport, where people are telling you thank you for being my childhood. I mean, that's just like, how do you take that? Yeah. But I know that they mean it, and so I accept that. I think that's beautiful. I feel humbled.
And I thank you for your time as well. And then real quick, where can we follow you online if we want to keep up with you?
I'm going to tell you, I'm terrible with social media. Need to hire that specialist, just saying. But I do have, Cliff Chapin gave me a Twitter. I couldn't tell you what it was because I didn't understand how to use it when he gave it to me. I do have a Kent Williams Instagram, and I'm on Facebook. Yeah. And I friend everybody. I don't have like Kent Williams. I think it's Kent Williams VA. Yes. On either Twitter or Instagram. I would have to check. Mm-hmm. I see it come up on my phone, but when I try to pull up those things, I'm old. I don't know how to do it.
Well, the cool part is we'll put it on the bottom graphic for you.
It's not a rotary dial phone. I don't know what's happening. No, I'm kidding.
Like I said, we'll put a bottom graphic for you when we figure it out.
Okay. I love that. I needed like a major tutorial.
Alrighty, Ken. It was so much fun talking with you. Thank you so much.
So fun.